Only a select few ever get to go to space. Those are normally astronauts or billionaires. Commercial space, however, could change everything. You might just get your chance to go into space after all. In today's video, we'll be looking at how commercial travel is going to happen sooner than we think. Before we start today's video, please remember to subscribe to our channel, like the video, turn your notifications on. Without further ado, let's begin. First up at number 1, how did space travel start? The Soviet Union sparked off the space race by launching their Sputnik program. They launched their first satellite in 1957. This fueled international competition and Cold War fears. The Cold War spurred major scientific and commercial achievements, but progress tapered off dramatically as government enthusiasm and funding for space exploration tapered off. The Soviet Union and United States played primary roles, stringing together a series of firsts for the record books. The first chapter of the space race culminated in Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin's historic Apollo 11 moon landing, which required massive public investment. This cost was in the order of $25.4 billion, almost $200 billion in today's dollars. Competition characterized this early portion of space history. Eventually, that evolved into collaboration, with the International Space Station being a stellar example as governments worked towards shared goals and costs. Humankind has entered a new phase in space travel. Next at number 2, what is commercial space travel? A new era of space exploration is blasting off. Welcome to the 21st century space race, one that could potentially lead to a 10-minute space vacation for many of us. There will be things such as orbiting space hotels and humans on Mars. After years of only gradual expansion, emerging players and new technologies have reignited the space race in the 21st century. The number of humans actively working beyond Earth's atmosphere and living significant chunks of their lives there too is about to start growing at a potentially exponential rate. Given how small that population is, the growth might look slow at first, but it's happening soon, and plans are in place to help it start ramping up quickly. Private companies are competing to make space travel easier and more affordable. Dramatic technological advances and lucrative business models have given private companies an edge above the rest. The main company leading those plans in the near term is Axiom Space, a private space station service provider and eventual operator. Axiom is founded and led by experts with international space station experience and expertise. This company already operates research and development missions on behalf of private clients on the International Space Station, or ISS, with the help of NASA astronauts. Private companies are planning to begin shuttling entire flights of private astronauts to the station starting in 2021. They are also building a new commercial space station to ultimately replace the International Space Station on orbit once that one is decommissioned. Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic are companies now specializing in suborbital space tourism. Blue Origin has released a video from their new Shepard showing the view from the cabin. The views of our planet are spectacular. Blue Origin is planning a calm journey for passengers. This could be an experience of a lifetime. Imagine proposing to your girlfriend with a view like that. She can't say no, can she? Well, if she does, definitely don't press the eject button. Virgin Galactic, on the other hand, is currently running test flights on its suborbital space plane. Those flights offer paying customers roughly 6 minutes of weightlessness during its journey through Earth's atmosphere. Imagine just floating in space and letting all your worries fade away. Who needs yoga, man? Japan, China, India, and the United Arab Emirates are also starting to invest in commercial space travel. Before you know it, there's not going to be anyone left to talk to on Earth. Everyone's just going to be having a party in outer space. Next at number 3, what are the challenges? The main obstacles to space travel are distance, gravity, inhospitable environments, and information scarcity. One of the greatest challenges involves actually getting the things people want in space into space. Manufacturing everything on Earth and then launching it with rockets is expensive and restrictive. A company called Made in Space is taking a different approach by maintaining an additive manufacturing facility on the International Space Station and 3D printing right in space. Tools, spare parts, and medical devices for the crew can all be created on demand. The benefits include more flexibility and better inventory management on the space station. In addition, certain products can be produced better in space than on Earth, such as pure optical fiber. They're not quite there yet, but they are on the verge of solving these problems. For now, space food isn't nice, you could possibly die, or the spaceship might just break down, trapping you in outer space forever. Another issue is sleepwalking on a space station. If you accidentally open the wrong door, you could end up like a freeze-dried prune. Next up at number 4, what are NASA's plans? Since the 1960s, NASA has relied on private contractors to build spacecraft for every major human spaceflight program, starting with the still ongoing Project Mercury. NASA aims to transport people to the moon again and beyond. Moon missions are the first stage of exploring other distant worlds. After a long hiatus from the lunar neighborhood, NASA is again setting its sights on Earth's Earth's nearest celestial neighbor, with an ambitious plan to place a space station in lunar orbit sometime in the next decade. Sooner, though, the agency's Artemis program, a sister to the Apollo missions of the 1960s and 70s, is aiming to put the first woman and the next man on the lunar surface by 2024. Extended lunar stays build the experience and expertise needed for the long-term space missions required to visit other planets. The moon may also be used as a forward base of operations from which humans learn how to replenish essential supplies such as rocket fuel and oxygen by creating them from local material. Such skills are crucial for the future expansion of human presence in deeper space. This demands more independence from Earth-based resources. Although humans have visited the moon before, the cratered sphere still harbors its own scientific mysteries to be explored, including the presence and extent of water ice near the moon's south pole, which is one of the top target destinations for space exploration and alien life. Today, NASA's Commercial Crew program is expanding on the agency's relationship with private companies. Through it, NASA is relying on SpaceX and Boeing to build a spacecraft capable of carrying humans into orbit. Once those vehicles are built, both companies retain ownership and control of the craft, and NASA can send astronauts into space for a fraction of the cost of a seat on Russia's Soyuz spacecraft. Your best and cheapest chance of traveling into space is to become an employee of NASA or any one of these private space travel companies. But you still probably need to get straight A's in school, a degree from Harvard, or a father with billions of dollars coming out of his ears. Next, we have number 5, Elon Musk's dream of space travel. During an interview with Joe Rogan, Elon Musk has predicted that commercial space flights would be obtainable by 2023. This is incredibly close. It's not quite known for sure if SpaceX can deliver what they are promising everyone. For now, their technology keeps blowing up in their faces. Specifically, SpaceX's Starship. How can you possibly know if it's going to be safe? How can you trust some billionaire that has dedicated his life to making as much money as he possibly can and shooting you out into outer space? Even Elon Musk himself is very skeptical about the safety of space travel, even though, or because, he is responsible for some of those space programs. Here is his take on the dangers of space travel. It's weird if it doesn't explode during these tests. When testing out a rocket, you will get much more data when it explodes than if the rocket is slightly successful. Musk calls this unexpected disassembly. His Falcon 9 rockets also used to explode all the time during the first tests, 10 to 15 years ago. Musk has a realistic software developer mentality. There will be problems, so let's stress test these rockets and see what happens. The rockets that are blowing up now will be the ones that we use in the future. In 2021, SpaceX has achieved a major milestone, launching humans to the International Space Station, or ISS, from the United States. Additional goalposts are on the star-studded horizon. SpaceX has established a new paradigm by developing reusable rockets. Since 2012, this new paradigm has been running regular cargo resupply missions to the International Space Station. How would you like to travel to outer space on one of Elon Musk's disposable rockets? Look on the bright side, if it does blow up, at least you're providing him with some very useful data. Number 6. Is commercial space travel only for the wealthy? New investments and fresh private-public partnerships mean that booking a trip on a spacecraft is going to happen sooner than you think. Virgin Galactic is seeking to expand space access to everyone so that it's not just the province of professional astronauts. It becomes a province for regular people too. But at what cost exactly? Well, the journeys certainly won't be cheap. Trips aboard Virgin Galactic's VSS Unity cost passengers over $250,000 a person. Individual seats on Blue Origin's New Shepard craft have been auctioned off at $28 million each in June. Each of the 4 passengers traveling to the ISS on SpaceX Crew Dragon are paying a cool $55 million a head. I guess it's not for everyone. It's like these companies are just messing with us. Last on our list at number 7. How close are we to commercial space travel? People have been dreaming to go into outer space since before we could even fly in our own sky. Now it's becoming a reality. Scientists are busy developing new technologies that address the countless technical problems of space. Currently, Blue Origin has a Federal Aviation Administration license for human space travel through August of 2021. If the first crewed flights are successful, the public can potentially start space tourism flights in early 2022. That's really soon, isn't it? Better get that old spacesuit out of the basement and dust it off. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching our video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and leave us a comment down below in the comment section. We'll see you in the next one.